Hello, Randy Deschler. My name is Pat Stino. I'm one of the construction managers here with Epic up at Anthem, and we're in front of your house today and going through your house. We're going to be doing a virtual pre-drywall walkthrough. We are a day late than what I would like to be doing this because we passed all inspections the first time and we insulated today. So I apologize for that, but we'll still be able to see everything. So today we're going to spend a little bit of time. We're going to walk around your house. We're going to look at every thing going on with your house, give you a tentative schedule, talk about all kinds of things, but we'll be looking at all electrical, plumbing, and low volt locations, pointing everything out that you've got selected on your option list, plus your electrical mini and your low volt mini. So we'll be going through those things. So here I am standing in your front yard, and as you can see behind me, we've got still some open green board. Well, everything that is still green on your house will be covered with masonry. You've selected what I call the 4095 plan, or I believe that's the Summit plan with the Modern Prairie elevation. Modern Prairie gets stucco and stone combined. Also, the Modern Prairie does not get any window grids. We're going to be talking about several items today, and this is my pre-drywall walkthrough checklist. We're going to talk about grading and drainage, gutters, downspouts, which we've got the rough gutters on, the elevation, which is the Modern Prairie, the window grids. Your house with the Modern Prairie does not receive any window grids. Electrical locations, low volt, plumbing, mechanical, any change orders, and projected schedule. So I'm going to be going through this checklist, and if you'd like a copy of this, please contact Kyle, and he'll get you taken care of. Also, something that I carry with me, which you also should have, but if you don't, just ask Kyle for it. This is a copy of your plot plan, and it shows the footprint outline of your house. Shows where the garage is, shows the lot size, elevations, dimensions, and slopes. All of these areas are how we should be grading your yard to complete it. But this is also very helpful for you to look at and understand, and it helps in your planning with your landscaper. So this front area, obviously, we are going to be landscaping on the corner here. You got a corner landscape, plus the south side of your driveway. We'll be landscaping that to about behind the gas meter, which you'll see momentarily. This gives you plenty of information. Just a quick, in the center of the plot plan, TOF stands for top of foundation, and these are real elevations. For example, your finished floor elevation is 5,416.3 feet above sea level. So these are real elevations here. But they spot elevation. The X's are spot elevations. Arrows are direction of flow for drainage. And then there are dimensions. Civil engineers work in tenths of feet. So this is, for example, 24.0 feet, 7.5 feet, or 7.6 inches. These stop signs tell me how many steps we're going to have in and out of your house. At the front entry, at the garage, going up to the front porch, at the garage entry, the back deck going down to the garden level area is 10 steps down. So that's what those signify. A lot of information on here, but Kyle can send you a copy of this if you don't have it. So as we're standing here in front of your garage, what you can see here are your coach lights. You can also see up above that you have asked for, and pardon me while I shuffle some paper. We've got an outlet in the eave. We also have 3-inch mini LEDs on the front of the single stall garage. Coach lights on either side of this door. We've got 3-inch LEDs underneath the cantilever upstairs. Up high, we've got 3-inch LED lights in the soffits in the front, above the window, and in the front over the single stall garage. We also have one around the corner, which we'll see in a moment. Another thing I'd like to point out while we're right here is you've requested a holiday circuit, the eave here outside the 2-car garage, and that is the holiday circuit there. We'll catch you on the other side. So we're going to walk around the side of your 2-stall, or on the south side of your home. You've got your gas meter location, and if we can point all the way up, you can see we've got an electrical holiday circuit in the eave on the right and another LED in front of the window. So as we move down, this is all masonry. This would be stone on this side. These are house penetrations. These are called quick flashes, but we've got power for the AC, which powers the condensing units. We've got an service outlet. We've got vents for the water heater and condensing units. This is the 220 power for the AC units. We've got your main electrical distribution panels. And this is the low volt coming in, meaning Comcast, Xfinity, whichever service provider that you connect with. That they will come from the rear pedestal, from the rear of the lot. Those are sleeves. They'll come up, they'll set their demarc here for your service, for your internet, wireless, things like that. So as we come around to the backside on the garden level, we've got hose bib. This is a sump pump ejection pipe. That's what that is. We've got an optional outlet here, which you requested to be, pardon me. Yep. Optional coach light, excuse me, that's what that is. It's an optional coach light, plus we have two back here. Up high on the columns. Optional coach lights up high on both outside columns and the back corner of the house. You see, this is your deck structure. This is all graded area underneath the deck. As I mentioned earlier, the right quantity of steps going up to the main level deck to the outdoor room. Now we're on the north side of the house. And as you can see, it's still all green, so this gets stucco and stone on this facade. Got the fireplace vent, excuse me, the kitchen vent up high. Then up front, this will all grade nicely on this side, sloping to the sidewalk. These penetrations on this north side, this is the sprinkler tee for your irrigation, and the irrigation valve box will go right below it. We'll also have a vacuum breaker placed at this location. Our irrigation valve boxes are sized to service the rear yard as well, but we provide that front yard landscaping. Now on this corner, it's a little bit different situation. You get more landscaping included on your lot. We also have hose bib, front hose bib, and then this is the second sump pump that we install in your house. Every garden level and walkout lot, you get two sump pits and two sump pumps. One high on the lot, one low on the lot. So this is the ejection pipe for the front sump pump, and we'll look at that when we get into the basement a little bit later. As I mentioned earlier, on the front of the single stall garage up in the soffit are three 3-inch LED minis as well. We'll come around, we're going to walk into the garages. We'll go into the single stall first, tandem garage I call it. You've got 4 steps going up into the house. You have not opted for any additional electric in your garages, but what we standard provide is in the ceiling. We've got power outlet for a garage door opener. We've got low volt pre-wired for the garage door opener, also for the sensors. We also have a ceiling light in here. On 3 walls, all outside walls and the inside wall, we have power outlets as well. Generally on this model, on the tandem garage, the irrigation clock will be mounted here, and one half of this outlet will be used for the irrigation. The others are just general service outlets. Now we'll move into the 2-stall garage. No additional electric selected in here, but standard. We've got 2 lights in here. We have a garage door opener, pre-wire, and a power outlet. We just, as I mentioned, we just insulated today, so some of this I will point to a little more closely when as I can reach it. But the ceilings in the garage just a little bit tough to see, but they are there. I can see the boxes there. We've got power outlets on each wall. and then we'll be moving into the owner's entry. So as I'm standing in the owner's entry, there is a double switch box here, and that switch box is for the interior garage lights, and it's a three-way for the coach lights, which are on the photo cell as well at the front entry. So this is a three-way for the garage coach lights with the front entry. So in the owner entry, as you come in, we wire things very logically. As you enter a room, you can turn a light on. As you exit, you'll be able to turn it off behind yourself, and you'll hear me say that many times. But in the owner's entry, as you come in, there is a switch here. You've selected a 4-inch mini can over this area, whether you put a bench or whatever, a piece of furniture here. There's a 4-inch mini can located in the ceiling. We've got the coat closet with standard power outlets around the entry area. The only additional electric in this area would be that 4-inch mini. So we got a switch as we come in for the 4-inch mini. We also have a switch for what I call the travelers, and those are the recessed cans in the travel areas as you're walking. So we've got recessed cans above ourselves as we come in from the owner's entry. Off to the left is the powder room, and you'll see inside of the powder room that we have prepared for the floating vanity. Those are the support brackets. Down below, we have a lighting circuit for light below that floating vanity, light above the mirror. We got power outlet on the side, three switches as you come in, excuse me. We've got one for the ceiling fan, one for the light above the vanity, and a separate switch for the light below the vanity. So as we leave the owner entry, we're coming into the grand room and kitchen area, and we're gonna pause here and we're gonna move to the front entry, and we're gonna come back that way. But before we do, as you leave the owner's entry, there are two switches around the corner. One is to turn off the lights behind yourself. The other is to turn on the travelers ahead of yourself, the recessed cans, and I would put this as the grand room foyer. Okay, here I am in the main entry, in the front entry, standing next to the front door. And next to the front door, we've got a couple of different switch banks here. And what we have switching here is we got three-way on the exterior coach lights. We've got the recessed cans in the porch soffit, and we have a three-way switch for the entrance for foyer chandelier. Now, this chandelier up high, our standard location is centering it right up about over these stairs. That's our standard location for all entry chandeliers. So I'm standing directly below it right now, and so that's where that's located. That also is on a four-way switch, so that we can turn that entry chandelier off as we enter the grand and kitchen area, or off at the top of the stairs. So I'm going to move back to the owner's entry on the single stall garage. And right outside the door is the switch for the light in the garage. And then as you come in, right here on the wall is a three-way switch for what I call the travelers. As the areas that we travel or walk, a switch to turn lights on behind yourself, or excuse me, ahead of yourself or behind yourself. So back to the entry foyer, there's another three switches over here. One is for the photo cell for outside, which you've requested. The other is for the traveling cans, and ahead of ourselves. So as we come into the guest bedroom area, we could turn lights off behind ourselves, the traveling lights, come into the guest bedroom. Two switches in here. One is for the 4 recessed cans you've requested in the ceiling. The other is for a half-hot outlet switched across the room. So half of that outlet is switched, so that you could set a lamp here or something to that effect. We have no additional electrical requests in this room. I'm moving to the low volt, and pardon me. In the guest room, on the adjoining garage wall, you have requested a UP66, and you'll see that in just a moment. This is the guest bathroom. As you come in, we've got a lav, we've got a stool, we've got a shower, and 2 switches inside, one for the light above the vanity and one for, that also controls the recessed can above the shower, and then a fan switch. Walk-in closet, switch inside for a recessed can above. There'll be rod and shelf in here. And then as we pan back, I'll point out the UP66 location for your request. That's right here. And UP66, you can go to your legend that you have your low volt miniature diagram just like I do. So as we leave the guest area, guest bedroom, you turn on hallway lights ahead of yourself. Lights off behind yourself. We're back into the foyer. As you can see, you've also selected the stair lights. On this plan, these are all at same elevation moving up that main staircase. We've got stair lights going downstairs too, which you'll see when we move to the basement. So as we leave the foyer area, switch to turn off the chandelier behind yourself, turn on traveling lights ahead of yourself. Also in this area, just outside of the foyer, before we get to the dining room or kitchen area, got a wireless access point in the ceiling, which you've requested. Also traveling cans ahead of yourself and behind. So you can turn off behind yourself. Coming into the dining room lights are managed here as well. We've got 4 recessed cans in the dining room, switched right there. We've got standard service outlets around the room and no low volt additional in the room. Standard service outlets. Then we're gonna move back out to the foyer area, but there are switches here. One to turn off the dining recessed cans and to turn on lights ahead of yourself into the kitchen area. So we'll go back out into the foyer. Excuse me. We also have pre-wired, or we have a chandelier fixture in the center of the room as well, pardon me. And those are on, that is on 3 ways as well, thus the 2 switches. 3-way for the 4 recessed cans, 3-way switch for the chandelier fixture. Coming back out, same. Now we're back into the foyer. Something I failed to mention as we walked into the owner's entry is we have a keypad location and requested security pre-wire, and that keypad location is located right here. And I know that by the yellow wire that's in the wall. And I believe you have a keypad in the master as well, and we'll look at that when we get upstairs. We'll look at that when we get upstairs. So here we are at the entrance to the grand room and kitchen area. Moving into the kitchen area, we've got a 3-bank row of switches here, and that's turn off traveling lights behind yourself, turn on the dining light, which is located right here, centered on the island, and then a 3-way switch for the recessed cans in the kitchen. Got many recessed cans in this kitchen. Also, the switch location for the 3rd is for the pendants above the island. So on this wall here, this is a refrigerator and freezer location. We've got power and water here for refrigerator and freezer. All of these wires sticking out of the wall in the kitchen are for the under cabinet lights. So we've got our cooktop. This is the power for the cooktop vent. Under cabinet lights again. You've also selected for all outlets at the kitchen to be horizontally mounted. So there's no backsplash, you have a tile splash. We have all horizontal mounted outlets around the kitchen. All of these wires are for under cabinet lights. We've got the sink relocated from the island per your request, centered on the window in the back. This is the double oven location. At the kitchen island also, we've just got cabinet bases here, and dishwasher is located next to the sink under the window. We've got power outlets low, but we've got many switches here as well. And we've got exterior recessed cans. We have ceiling fan pre-wire outside. We've got 4 recessed cans, ceiling fan pre-wire right in the center. We also have a switched waterproof outlet in the ceiling at this location. for your request. Then back on the outside columns, which we could see before, we got a switch for the coach lights on the exterior columns. We got service outlet. We've also requested low volt and power high at this location at 72 inches. That's where those are. Also, gas barbecue on this corner of the deck. Come back inside. All of those exterior features are switched here at this location. For the lights, the fan, and the coach lights. The other stacked switch bank is for the kitchen, operate the recessed cans, and the chandelier, and the under cabinet lighting. And here we are in the grand room. Right as we enter the grand room, we've got a switch bank here. And what we have wired in the grand room, we've got 6 recessed cans all placed symmetrically and centered on windows and room. We've got ceiling fan pre-wire up high. We also have a switch for 2 4-inch recessed cans in the niches alongside of either side of the fireplace, 4-inch mini cans. You requested power at 72 and a CP66 coming from the low side and with the conduit up. Yeah, I understand you've also asked your friend Paul to put in some TV backing for you. That's what this is. So I'm sure you're going to be able to hit something solid wherever you install that television. On the right side of the fireplace is always our switch for the fireplace. That turns the fireplace on and off. We have power low on both sides for whatever service you need. On the left side of the fireplace is the emergency gas shutoff for the fireplace, and there'll be a key there for that use. Another switch over on that 4-bank over there, just as I'm about to say, I should say, in every general space, every bedroom, every living space, we have a half-switched outlet. And in this case, in the grand room, our half-switched outlet is on this wall, on this way. So it's generally 45 degrees away from the switch. So the 4 switches there on that wall, we've got a double for the ceiling fan pre-wire. We've got 4-inch minis. We've got recessed cans, and we've got the 4-inch mini cans on either side of the fireplace. Everything's switched from here. Pause. Okay, Randy, a couple things I failed to mention in the kitchen area. You requested a low volt CP6, which is the Cat 6 location above this countertop. That's right here in this corner. Also, I forgot to mention that in your pantry, which is located right here, inside the pantry, these are double doors swinging out. Inside the pantry, there's a light switch, and there's a recessed can in that pantry as well. This is lined with 5-stack shelf all the way around. And that's it for the kitchen great room area. I'm at the upper foyer loft. And as we came up the stairs, we had showed you earlier, you've got step lights coming up the stairs. When you get to the top of the stairs, there are 3 switches here. One is to turn the chandelier off, which will be hanging, which I mentioned is on a 4-way switch from below wall, from the dining area, and from up here. So you can turn the chandelier off, you can turn the step lights off, and then the other switch is for our traveling lights. We're getting ready to travel to the loft and the secondary bedrooms, so we're going to turn lights on ahead of ourselves. So here we are in the loft, and we've got recessed can in the loft, which is in the traveling circuit. Got a power outlet down low. And then we'll be moving into the secondary bedroom area. There's 2 switches here. One is to turn off your traveling lights behind yourself, turn on the traveling lights ahead of yourself. We'll go up to the bedroom 2 first. So we got lights on in the hallway as we pass the mechanical room, and we provide this 3D drink at no charge. So here's the upper mechanical room. This furnace services everything upstairs on this upper floor, the master bedroom, master bath, secondary bedrooms, bathrooms, and general areas. So this just handles the upstairs. The main level in the basement is managed from the basement furnace, and we'll look at that when we get down there. This will be explained to you in great detail at your new homeowner orientation, how everything works, what everything does, how to change a filter. That'll be explained to you at your homeowner orientation. So here we are moving down the hallway, and got lights on. So on the four-way, we're going to turn off before we go into the bedroom. We can turn the lights off behind ourselves. We're going to turn on lights ahead of ourselves. And in this bedroom number two, we have the ceiling fan pre-wire, and we've got a half-hot outlet across the room. You've also requested for a CP6 low volt on this wall. That's located there. We've got service outlets around the room. So two switches as you come in. One is for the ceiling fan pre-wire, the other is for the half-hot. We've got walk-in closet. In the closet, recessed can with a switch. Bathroom, tub shower combination. As you come in, there are two switches inside. One is for the light above the vanity and above the bathtub. The other is for the fan. We've got power above the sink on the left wall. Stool, lav, shower. And then we'll be coming out. We'll be able to turn off lights behind ourselves, and we're coming into bedroom 3. In bedroom 3, again, we've got a ceiling fan pre-wire centered in the room, and a half-hot across the room. We also have service outlets. You requested a CP6 location, low volt here. Service outlets around the room. Walk-in closet, recessed can, one switch inside to operate that ceiling fan. Coming into bath 3, or Jack and Jill bath, we've got two lavs. Come in, we've got three-way switch, so that on either side of the room, whichever side of the room you enter, you can turn on or off those lights. Power on either side of both lavs. This is for lights above the mirrors. Then we've got the tub shower behind me. Two switches inside. One is for fan and one is for light. So we'll just continue through the Jack and Jill bath into bedroom 4. And in bedroom 4, we've got ceiling fan pre-wire and half-hot. And we have a CP6 on the adjacent to bathroom wall. CP6 location, low volt. Again, walk-in closet with recessed can and switch inside. There is a linen closet in the hallway, which we'll pass when we move on to the laundry area as we walk this way. Again, we'll be able to turn hall lights on ahead of ourselves. There's our linen storage. Then we come through the hallway. We can turn the lights off behind ourselves, lights on, traveling ahead. And we come into the laundry room. Got two switches in the laundry room. One is for the recessed cans. The other is for the fan in the laundry. This is also the location where we put the attic access. So your attic access is in the laundry room, and there is power and a light within reach of that access. So that is a service outlet up there, and that can be used for anything you choose. We got washer and dryer location, washer hookup. This pipe coming through the floor, we install a washer pan on second floors. So in the event that there was ever a problem with water discharge, that goes into the drain, which goes all the way down to the basement to the floor drain. So we got washer dryer location. We got outlets above the countertop. We've got a laundry sink. And then we will be leaving the laundry, entering the master suite area. So as you enter the master suite area, turn off lights behind yourself and turn on lights ahead of yourself. Another linen storage on my left as you enter the master suite. We're going to go into the master bathroom first. And here we are in the bathroom. We've got this wonderful master shower, just like it shows in the model. We've got several switches going on over on this side, and we've got a lot of power and lighting and things. So these switches operate recessed cans outside the shower, recessed cans above the freestanding tub. It operates the lights above each vanity. Here's light above vanity, his and her vanities. The switches also activate or operate the recessed cans within the shower. We've got 4 recessed cans in the shower. Rain head, shower head centered. We've got matching dual diverter valves here in the master shower. So we got stationary head, and rain head, diverter for the rain head. Drain in the center. Seat on either end, half wall. This all gets glass. Shower door on each end. Center panel is stationary glass. And this is the master stool room. 2 switches inside. One is for light and one is for fan. Got an operable window in there as well. And in the master closet on this end, there are 2 switches inside, and one is for the recessed cans, and the other is for a ceiling light pre-wire, per your request. Additional power, you've requested also above the bathtub a special ceiling light pre-wire as well. And that's this center box here. So we've got the recessed cans on either side and the ceiling light pre-wire centered over the bathtub. As we leave the master bathroom area, we'll walk in the master bedroom area, turn off lights behind yourself, coming into the bedroom. Got switch bank on the side here, and we have switches for the recessed cans coming around to the sitting area, and 4-inch minis on this side. Right up here, we got 2 4-inch mini cans. Those are all switched together. We also have 2 CLPs, or ceiling light pre-wires, and those are above either side of the bed, each side of the bed. There's also power outlets low on either side of the bed. This wall here at 72, we've got power for and low volt pre-wire. Also more backing that Paul's installed for television backing. Also in the sitting area, we've got at 72 power and pre-wire and more backing. Here we are at the master outdoor room. There's a single switch on this side here for the recessed cans in the master outdoor room. Outside, you've also requested on the master deck at 72 again, low volt and power. That's what these are here. Standard service outlet below the window. And I'm going to check low volt to make sure I haven't missed anything. CP6 outside, CP6 here, CP6 in the master bedroom area. I think we've got everything for the low volt. CP6 is in all the secondary bedrooms. And that'll take care of the master suite. Here I am going down the basement stairs. I'm standing on the first landing to the basement stairs. At the entrance to the stairway, there are 2 light switches there. One is for the recessed cans under each landing. The other is for the optional step lights that you've selected going down to the basement. So now we'll go down and make sure we have everything downstairs. As we get to the bottom of the basement stairs, there's a three switch bank here, a triple. One is to turn off the recessed cans in the landings on the stairwell. The other is to turn the stair lights off. The third, you're right, is for the travelers ahead of yourself. We've got traveling lights, ceiling lights ahead of ourselves. We've got power down low in this vestibule area. A lot of people I've seen dress this up with a table here and lamp on. We've got a closet here with a light. There'll be an LED light in this closet, and it's on a switch. And then as we get to the end of this entry for the stairway area, we've got 2 switches. One is to turn off lights behind yourself. One is to turn on travelers ahead of yourself. Now we're coming into the great room, or the rec room. And here we are in the garden level rec room. This is very similar to the model, if not exact. And we've got our drop in the center for all mechanical, plumbing, and electrical to keep everything else high. So as we come around the corner of the wet bar, we've got 3 gang switches here. One is for the recessed cans. The other is for the 3 pendant lights spaced evenly above the wet bar. And in the wet bar, the other switch is for the recessed cans behind the bar. In the wet bar, we've got a sink base, we've got a bar fridge, we have power low. We also have power in the backsplash above the countertop, below the pass-through countertop. So low countertop, power top, and power between, and power on the end. We're required to have this power on the end by code, just by distance from outlet to outlet. In the back, we've got all cabinets below, and we've got service outlets above countertop area here. Going into the unfinished space, as you come in, there's a light switch as you come in. We have ceiling lights in here. This is where the main water service comes into the house, the main sewer service, and our front sump pit. So you can see on the floor here, this is our front sump pit, kind of a little bit covered right now, but that gets open. This is our ejection pipe. This is the power supply for the sump pump. We do install sump pumps in every pit, and they are mainly for backup because our complete interior drain system does tie to the city storm drain. So we've got a pipe going underground which ties to the city storm system as well. So the sump pumps are a backup system in case the city storm system backs up, or if something happens below ground and percolates water up, the sump pit would probably catch it first. This is our main water service coming into the house, and you can see this is a little complex here, but it's pretty logical. We got main water coming in from the street, shut-off valves. We have a booster pump here. Up on the top of this hill here in Anthem Reserve, all houses up here have a booster pump. And that's because the water pressure is just a little bit lower here than it is down at the bottom of the hill. So in order to maintain and provide you with adequate and more than adequate water pressure, we put in a booster pump. And that is a circulating pump, so you never lose the same amount of water pressure. All kinds of valves here to isolate, turn water on and off. This is the main service to the house. This copper line is going outside. I pointed it out before. This is your sprinkler system irrigation, and that has its own shutoff with a bleeder valve. This is an anti-hammer device. Sometimes in the sprinkler systems we get air. This will prevent any noise from occurring. So this is our main water tree coming to the house, and this will be explained in greater detail and if there's any maintenance required of you on the pump itself. But that'll be explained at the NHO. So as I move around, we have another pipe here. You may be wondering what this is, and this is what we call our vapor pipe. This pipe sits on top of our underground drain, our interior drain. So in the event that any type of vapor or anything would seep up through the ground, that is going to just by non-gravity, I don't know what the correct term is, I'm sorry Randy, but it just vents out through the roof. But if you would choose to install a fan or something to assist in ventilating, we do have power in the attic like I mentioned, and this pipe goes up all the way through the roof. So this is the other unfinished area for storage. So we come back in the wet bar and then into the rec room. We've got recessed cans in the rec room, and we've got power outlets all around the room. On this exterior wall, you've requested we've got our UP66 conduit coming up and power, and again, Mr. Davison has put in some backing for you to install anything that you would like there. Also, we have low volt pre-wires. We have 5 speaker locations. In the front, above the media wall, we've got 1, 2, 3 speakers. In the rear, we've got 2 more. And then we have down low, this location, this is the subwoofer location. That's what this wiring and box is here. Power next to it power around the room completely. That pretty much takes care of the rec room. So as we move into the other living area, we turn on lights ahead of ourselves, lights off behind ourselves, lights ahead. Moving into bedroom 6 and bathroom. So here we are in the bathroom. As you come in, there are 2 switches. One is for the light over vanity, the other is for light over the shower. Now, this normally would be a recessed can, but in many cases, in basements, because of ducting and piping, we aren't able to get a recessed can in, and you'll see just a flush box here. Well, what we install at those locations is a 6-inch LED fixture, and those look and trim just like the recessed cans, but it's a surface mount. We don't need 8-10 inches to install a recessed can. It's a very shallow mount. So in several areas, maybe around the wet bar or in bathrooms, in basements, we install 6-inch LED surface mounts. So we've got shower, poured power, shower pan, stool, and lav. Power next to the lav. And then we can exit and we'll move into bedroom 6. So we'll turn off lights behind ourselves. Just come into the bedroom. Well, we've got recessed cans in the bedroom. We've got 2 recessed cans on this side of the steel beam. We also place 2 recessed cans on this side. So we've got light switch. We also have a half-hot outlet. On this wall, you've requested another CP6 location adjacent to the bathroom, power low, and then we have a walk-in closet, and inside the closet there's a switch with recessed can lighting. Now in this model, and one other model up here in Anthem Reserve, this is your second, whenever I have a walkout or a garden level home, I've got a second or a low sump pit. Because of our exterior grade comes from front to back, we have a sump pit high and we have a sump pit low. So this will have an operable lid, just like in the model, and we've got a nice bench seat underneath the window in this bedroom. We've got power outlets in front face of the bench. And that's about it in the bedroom. We'll come around, we're going to turn lights off behind ourselves in the bedroom, turn lights back on ahead as we travel. We're going to move around. We've got a closet in the hallway, and then we'll move around in the second unfinished space into the furnace room. So we can turn off lights behind ourselves. Again, in the mechanical room, turn on lights ahead. Got our main sewer drop with cleanouts. Got another main sewer drop here with a cleanout. This is called the Studer vent. Got a floor drain in the center, and you can see I've got 4 1-inch pipes coming here, 4 1-inch white pipes. One is for the condensate water from this furnace. This is the furnace that services the basement and the main level. I've got 2 here, and then I've got the secondary here. This larger pipe is the laundry pan from the laundry room up above. The laundry catch basin services into this. The other 2 are for the upstairs furnace condensate line. Got the water heater. This is loose right now. That's because we're on test. We're making sure everything. We've got a humidifier location here. We also have service outlet on the wall. This will all be explained in greater detail at the NHO, but we have all pre-wires done for everything. This is the water anti-scald device. We're required to put this on, and this goes up to your master bathtub to make sure that water never gets too hot and someone would get scalded. And this is adjustable, and that will be explained to you at the NHO as well. As we're leaving the room, the mechanical room, you'll see this is the I-wired termination location. So in this panel, all low volt wires terminate here. We've got a 20 amp dedicated power circuit coming into that panel, and everything terminates into this panel. And that'll be shown to you at walkthrough. I'm not quite sure how this opens. But all termination comes into this panel, and they'll have termination blocks inside. And that pretty much wraps up the basement. Oh, one more thing. There's 2 things that I failed to mention. This conduit next to the low volt panel, this is something that we do in every house, and this goes all the way up to the attic. In case you would need to add something later, maybe up in the top floor, You can go all the way from your low volt panel. This is a sleeve, there's a pull string inside of it. You could pull a wire all the way up to your attic. The other thing I wanted to mention, let me just locate here, bear with me, is we provide a photovoltaic raceway as well. And that is a pipe. Nope, here it is right here. Thank you. This is the termination point. There is a red tag on it that says photovoltaic, and that goes all the way up to this 1-inch metal conduit, goes all the way to the attic as well. And that is in case you would choose to put solar panels on your roof. This is a raceway for them to run wires and controllers up to the attic for the solar panels. And that pretty much wraps up everything inside. Wraps things up. Stay in Kyle every week. Stay in touch with Kyle every week, and he'll keep you up to speed as to how we're progressing. As you can see, I moved a little quicker this week than I anticipated, as I'm already insulated. We are stocking drywall Monday, and I do have inspections all day tomorrow again in the house, energy and city inspections. But the things on my pre-drywall walkthrough list, you know, we talked about the grading and drainage, and copy that plot plan. The gutters and downspouts, the rough gutters are on. You can see where the downspouts are going to come down. Elevation window grids. We talked about no grids on your house. We looked at electrical locations, low volt, plumbing and mechanical, and then projected schedule, which is the last thing I'm going to touch on. Right now, you know, I've got to safely space contractors, not putting more than one contractor in the house due to the coronavirus, and so it's stretched our schedules just a little bit. But as we're standing right now, if I stock drywall Monday as I plan, we're looking at about a window of about 90 to 120 days from today, calendar days, to closing. So what we're talking about right now, if everything falls into place correctly, is probably mid to end August. And we'll be able to update these timelines each week, beginning in a couple of weeks once I get past drywall. Now that may pull forward a little bit. Hopefully we won't have any setbacks in our environment or in my trade base, that something unforeseen happens, but we'll keep you posted. So I appreciate your time, and stop by and see us on the weekends whenever you're available. The house is open to you on Sundays. I do have a lot of people that work on Saturdays, so just be careful if you decide to come out on a Saturday. But stay in touch with Kyle and me, and I'm sure Paul will be able to give you an update as well. So it's nice being with you, and best to you. Thanks.